Welcome to this week's edition of Jack Talk. I'm here with Taylor White, president of the Panhellenic. How are you doing today, Taylor?
Fantastic.
Great that you're here. So can you explain the process and what all entails in being the Panhellenic president?
Yeah, so basically I'm here to help out all the sorority chapters and keep them updated on what's going on like with Panhellenic and just help them out in any way that I can, like spread the word for recruitment or just anything like that, and help spread the word for their philanthropy events. The process is it's actually pretty formal. We have a interview process where we write a speech for the position that we would like, and we go in front of all of the Panhellenic delegates from each chapter and the old exec board, and we talk about ourselves and make ourselves sound, really good. And at the end, they vote, and then the next day we find out what position we got.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Were you expecting to receive the position you got, or?
Surprisingly, no. I'm really excited that I got it, but I was not expecting it at all. But yeah, no, I'm super excited.
Well, yeah, I definitely would be too. So do you work alongside, do you have a board, or is it just you that helps run Panhellenic?
Yeah, we have an executive board, and they represent girls from all the chapters. And we have meetings every week to discuss what's going on, like within Greek life and Panhellenic and events that are coming up and just all kinds of stuff like that.
So what other people or positions per se are on the board that help you?
The vice president, I work very closely with her, and we have recruitment coming up in the fall, so we're really getting the ball rolling on that and planning for that. Then we have the secretary, public relations, programs coordinator. I think there's a few more I'm forgetting, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's cool that they all help you, and it's like a giant event to help you guys get, everything good. So I know you're a junior, and I don't know about you, but this has been my hardest year. So how are you juggling your own sorority, being Panhellenic president, and on top of like all your junior year classes?
It's hard. It's definitely taught me time management and responsibility. But I mean, I enjoy it. Classes it's kind of exciting because I'm getting into my major finally, so it's like, it's really like exciting, and so I'm trying to keep up with that and Panhellenic and my sorority. I don't know. It's been
time management?
Yeah, for sure. It's
what is your major?
I am business marketing.
Okay.
So
I feel like this will help you eventually in the future. It'd be awesome putting your resume and stuff that you were actually a president of this giant organization.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, especially with like planning events and just governing people and all that. So yeah, no.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
So I know you guys went to a giant conference, you and your exec board, along with the rest of the Greek community. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we went to AFLV, which stands for Association of Fraternal Leadership and Values. It's basically a giant conference that just helps us get to know our position better and just help us out with our Greek community here at our own school, and we get to see like how other schools deal with their problems and how we have similarities and differences, and we also get to learn all the rules that are like behind the scenes. And it was really cool because I got to meet like so many people from all over the country, from different sororities and fraternities, and MGC and MPHC were there too. It was really awesome. We got to learn about just anything, like and everything. There were a bunch of little break-off groups, and it was fantastic. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what did you bring back, or your exec board bring back to help the Panhellenic here at SFA?
Well, we learned a lot about recruitment rules because it's been fuzzy sometimes. So we have a lot of that, and just even specific things for our like own individual chapters, like just like points that we learned that we can take back to just improve like our individual chapters and Greek life as a whole. So it's not so ununified, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So Greek Week, I hear, is going to be a lot more different this year and getting involved with the Nacogdoches community. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so this year for Greek Week, we are really promoting Greek unity. So we're not just doing the traditional, like, Panhellenic and then IFC Greek Week. Like, we are doing Panhellenic, IFC, MGC, and NPHC, like, as a collaboration. So we're doing more events, like, together for that. And we're really touching on our, like, Greek values. as like the theme for Greek Week this year. So, you know, one day we'll have a friendship day where we'll like all get together, and I think we're doing a step show for that, so that'll be really fun. And then another day is our scholarship day, and we'll be hosting a event for like teachers and faculty to come and see what Greek life is all about and see that we don't just, you know, have fun, I guess, that we actually do appreciate them and our scholarship stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no. And then of course we're doing the big event at the end. That's our big finale, I guess.
So what is the big event? Like, how are people getting involved in that?
The big event is reaching out to the community and doing any kind of community work that is needed around, just a huge way to give back to the community, and it's a really good like thing that we do for our school because, I mean, it just makes us look so much, I mean, you know,
Yeah,
it's just good to
definitely.
help. And that is actually worth like the most amount of points for Greek Week, so we're really trying
it's
to
a good
promote it.
incentive.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
So Miss Greek is coming up Tuesday.
It is.
I know you participated in it last year. Tell us
did.
a little something about that.
I'll actually be in it again this year.
Oh, really? We'll be rooting you.
Exciting. That is for, I believe Teak is putting it on, and it is to support MAD, the Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It's a great way to, they raise money for them just to help their organization out, and it's a really fun pageant too. I mean, like, it's pretty formal, and I mean, I don't know, it was totally different because I had never been in a pageant before, but it was something that just really like took me out of my comfort zone, but I don't know, it was really fun.
It was a great experience.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I get to sing, so I always
Beautiful.
love
That's
doing
awesome.
that.
We'll definitely be checking you out.
Oh yeah, thanks.
So that looks like all the time we have here at Taylor. Thank you for coming in today. Up next, we'll have Kaylee Holdage, and she will be talking with Coach Cardenas of the SFA baseball team. Stay tuned.
Hi, welcome back to Jack Talk. I'm Kaylee Holdage here with the men's baseball coach, Cardenas. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. Let's just dive on in. How has y'all's season gone this far? I know y'all just got back from the UTA Invitational. How'd that go?
Went really well. We came back 2-1, 2 games, lost 1. Played UTA and beat them 14-9. Played Oklahoma State, was ranked number 18th in the nation. They beat us 3-1. Our guys played really well. We just didn't hit that game. And then, of course, we finished it off with Incarnate Word, and we beat those guys. I think it was like 12-6 or 12-5 or something like that. But all in all, overall, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, playing the number 18 team in the nation, that's pretty high ranked for a small school like SFA to play. What other teams are y'all going to play that are high ranked?
Well, our schedule just came out 2 weeks ago, and when looking at our schedule, we're going to play 7 of the top 40 teams in the nation this year. So, I mean, we're going to be playing teams like Alabama, who's ranked 25th. We're going to A&M on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and we'll be playing them, and they're ranked in the top 20 as well. It's going to be a tough schedule for us, but we made that by design so that whenever we get to conference, we know we're not surprised by anything, and we're able to, kind of jump right into the season.
Right. I know senior Ricardo Sanchez was just named to the Southland preseason all-conference team. What does that mean for the team and as his coach?
Well, it's really big. Anytime that you have anybody that gets those accolades early in the season, it's really good. It gives the program some notoriety, and it gives it some attention. But the focus then has to be on him being able to live up to those expectations. With Ricky, it's a really good honor for him, but at the same time, we're really confident that he can live up to those expectations. So for us, it just a lot more exposure, a lot any kind of feather in your hat like that early in the season is going to pay dividends for the program.
What is the selection process to get onto the team?
Well, the selection process is they nominate, you as a coach nominate the top players from your team, and then that ballot goes out to the head coaches and the SIDs, which is the Student Information Department, for the individual universities in the conference. And then, of course, the SIDs and the coaches both vote on that, and then there's a point system that's derived, and then from there they get the top teams or the top guys in the conference to make the all conference, first team, second team, third team.
Okay. The baseball team was picked 7th for the preseason polls. What does that how does that process kind of work out, and what does that mean exactly?
Kind of the same way. I mean, what you do is you're given a ballot, and you can't vote for your own team, of course, but you kind of rank the teams in order that you think they're going to finish. 7th is kind of low for us, and we're kind of using that as a motivational, material for our guys. We've never finished any lower than 6th in the conference, so for us to have a 7th ranking, that doesn't really sit really well with my players. So we're kind of using that as a motivating, tool for our guys to go out, and really try to prove the conference wrong.
How difficult is the conference? What is like your biggest rival within the conference?
Well, it's always Sam. No matter what sport you're playing, it's always Sam. Also they're at the top of our conference. We've had a lot of good success against them, and them being at the top of our conference, only adds to that, that rivalry. But at the same time, our conference is going to be a very, very strong conference this year. I think last year our conference was ranked 8th out of all the conferences in the nation, right behind, the Big 12 and the SEC and those kinds of things. So it makes us feel pretty good that our conference is doing the right kinds of things and bringing in quality players and quality coaches alike.
Right. Yeah, it's not as bad as SFA, because I know there's not a lot of student backing behind SFA sports.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that in baseball too, not just in football, but like in baseball?
We have a pretty good turnout. Now that we've gotten lights, we get a few more fans out there on Friday nights. Of course, there are other activities that people want to partake in on Friday night, but Saturdays are really good days for us, and Sundays as well. But also, having the lights has been really big for us to get crowds, and for the most part, we do get a good little crowd set out on Friday and Saturday nights.
Right. I know last year was sort of highlighted by Hunter Dozier's pick in the number 8 overall pick in the MLB draft. What was that like for him and for you?
Well, once again, anytime you have something like that, that just really leads to the exposure of your program. It couldn't happen to a better individual, both on the field, off the field. The work he put in as a person, as an athlete, as a student, was unmatched by anybody we've ever had. And so, all the accolades, all the awards, and then, of course, being picked 8th overall was definitely warranted. He put in the work and did the time. But for us as a program, that helps you in recruiting. Now you can go out and tell people, listen, I know it's being said that you cannot be recruited highly out of SFA or out of this conference in particular, but now you can go ahead and say, listen, here's an example of where that did happen, and you can kind of dispel all that.
Right. As far as scouting for the MLB through the Southland Conference, how does that process sort of happen?
Well, every time there's a game, you're going to have several Major League scouts that go out to our games and watch. And really, if you have a relationship with scouts, like most of the coaches in the Southland do, they basically call you and say, hey, do you have any players that we need to be looking at, those kinds of things. And then when you go to games, practices, inter-squads, any of those kinds of things, definitely those guys show up, and they really want to see your guys perform at that level.
Right. And like you were talking about before, it helps you with scouting high school. How do you kind of get the sense of who you need to scout, where you need to go to scout players?
Well, it's just really basic need. I tell recruits all the time that if you need a plumber, you don't call an electrician. So basically, you kind of figure out what you need for the upcoming year, and you try to fill those needs. It's an ever evolving atmosphere and ever evolving landscape. But at the same time, what you want to do is you want to try to position those guys in where they can fit into that spot that you have open.
Right. How do you predict your new season is going to go? I know you play Texas A&M next, then Alabama.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of
It's going to be tough.
big teams.
It's going to be tough, and right now we're starting 5 underclassmen out of 9 players, so it's very difficult. But we love our team. We love the effort that they've given us so far, and that's we'll wait to see. We'll wait to see how the season's going to turn out. I think it's a little premature right now to say where we're going to finish or how good we are right now, but the early returns have been good.
Yeah, you're starting 5 underclassmen?
Yes, ma'am, 5 underclassmen.
Wow.
Yeah, it makes it kind of tough, but it's fun.
Do the seniors sort of look over the underclassmen, kind of take them under their wing?
Yeah, we've got a really good senior class. Ricky's one of those guys, Zach Marbury, and all the other seniors that we have done a great job of being team leaders and basically kind of mentoring these young men and teaching them how to play at the Division I level.
All right, real quick before we go, when is y'all's next home game?
First home game is going to be this month, the 25th, against Arkansas Little Rock, and there'll be a 6 o'clock start. So hope to see a lot of fans out there.
All right, well, we for sure will have that going. Looks like that's all the time we have for Coach Cardenas. Thank you for coming. Next up, Hector Sanchez will be talking to the president of Hope.
Welcome back to Jack Talk. I'm Hector Sanchez, and I'm here with Denise Lee, the president of Hope. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So tell us more about Hope. What is Hope?
HOPE stands for Helping Other People Eat, and our mission is to feed the needy in Nacogdoches County. We are a nonprofit organization with a 501c3. We're one of 3 organizations or food pantries in Nacogdoches County that feed the needy of Nacogdoches County. What's unique about HOPE is that we're an all-volunteer staff. No one is paid. Everyone that works for HOPE is a volunteer.
And how did Hope get started?
In the 1990s, there was an organization called the Community Coalition that was kind of the brainchild of the Community Coalition. They wanted to find a way to serve the needs of Nacogdoches County residents, and they thought by feeding the poor would be would be very helpful to the community. A group called the Kiwanis of Nacogdoches kind of took the ball and ran with it. They actually helped us get it organized by establishing a relationship with East Texas Food Bank, and the East Texas Food Bank is in Tyler, and that's where we purchase our food. The Kiwanis not only helped us out with establishing that relationship, they also helped us get started by volunteering, and they helped to run the food bank, and they're still involved today by helping us financially and helping us in other ways today.
And around how many people do you help a month?
We actually feed about 1,500 people on a monthly basis, about 500 families. Some of the families that we service have quite large families, so the food really goes a long way. A lot of them may be on food stamps, but they can't make it to the end of the month, and we are assistants to them. We kind of fill in the gap.
Okay, so I know that Hope receives fruit from the East Texas Food Bank.
Yes.
Where else does Hope receive help from?
We actually purchase the food from East Texas Food Bank, and we receive cash donations from many churches. There are some Sunday school organizations that also make monthly donations, as well as individuals make monthly donations to Hope. In addition to that, there are some several really important food drives that really help us out. Westminster Presbyterian Church recently had a food drive that was very helpful to us. The post office has a food drive annually. The Boy Scouts have an annual food drive, and also the county fair. Usually to get in, instead of paying for a ticket, if you bring some canned goods, they'll let you in for free. And all of those contributions are distributed among the 3 food pantries in Nacogdoches County, and we're beneficiary.
Do local grocery stores help you too?
Absolutely. Several, like Walmart, Kroger, Brookshire Brothers, donate bread and some canned items, which really help us tremendously.
I have a picture with some kids from West Ministry Presbyterian Church.
Yes.
Brought food to Hope.
Yes.
Tell us more about this picture.
All right. Westminster Presbyterian Church every year has a food drive among its membership. What was so special, it's in honor of one of their past members. What was so special is these precious children. When I opened the back door to receive this, the food items, this is what I saw, these beautiful children that were so joyful, and the parents were joyful. And it was that they were teaching their children the joy of giving and feeding the hungry. And what was especially beneficial, not only did they provide us with much needed food and a large volume of food, they provided us with really hard to get items. Peanut butter is a real rare commodity in running a food bank. It's a needed commodity, and they brought a lot of peanut butter, and they also brought a lot of baby food. So it was a tremendous contribution. We're really grateful for that.
So I was actually at Hope last Monday,
Yes.
and I was there during the operation hours,
Yes.
and I saw some of your volunteers going crazy, like putting cans in boxes and like helping the residents and stuff. Tell me some of the difficulties y'all go through with Hope.
Well, we do serve, as you saw, Hector, we serve a large volume of people. A lot of times on a Monday or on a Thursday, we'll have 100 plus people that are there representing families to obtain food. So it does get chaotic because it's really busy. However, there is order. We have teams, the secret is we have 4 teams. And those team leaders are experienced and they guide their teams and they have their teams positioned. Different people do different tasks and we do cross-train. So they're very experienced volunteers and the team leaders are very organized and really know what they're doing.
And then who's eligible to receive this help from Hope?
We have a form, and if someone's new to Hope, they come in, and if they can't fill it out, we help them fill it out. We gather really important information. Oftentimes, we are able to direct them to other resources in addition to Hope that can help them in the community, like Love Inc. or Nacogdoches Housing. No one is turned away.
If people want to volunteer at Hope, because I know y'all need the help, how can people volunteer or donate to Hope?
Any group or any individual can make a donation, a cash donation or a check donation. 95 cents on the dollar that is donated to Hope goes to providing food. We don't have any overhead really. Our building is paid for. We just have utilities. So any cash donations are really put to good use. Another way of donating would be a food drive by donating canned goods and non-perishable items, or also volunteers. If you have any student organizations that would want to get volunteer hours or want to participate, we would welcome any volunteers that would, as a result of seeing this show, would want to participate in our organization.
I know a class here, an advertising class here at SFA is helping y'all advertise Hope more and helping you with logos and stuff like that. Tell us more about that.
Well, we are really looking to the youth for this. We're a team of volunteers that really are adept at feeding the needy. We don't have the skills that you have. We're really thankful to your class for coming up with a logo, getting us online, and kind of bringing us to the 21st century, because most of us that work at Hope are retired and don't have the skills that you have. We're really looking forward to seeing the results of your efforts.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. This is all the time we have. Thank you, Denise Lee, for coming to the show. Tune in next week for another episode of JAG Talk. Thanks for watching, guys.